Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Bills Stadium here at Orchard Park. Today we continue on in Wildcard Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Buffalo Bills. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. Now here's Johnson. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Gain on the play brings up second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's second and 10 from the 20.
56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh, 56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check.
On play action, Allen. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
This out quickly to Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. the shotgun. Here's Allen. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. Now it's Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Third and long, it's Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On is the Chargers punter now. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. Is the distance on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
45-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From midfield, here's Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
At the 32-yard line.
Devin Singletary with his 1st carry of the game. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a 1st down again. On the ground, it's Singletary. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Taken about 7 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here is Eckler. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
Let's get it.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bills 7, Chargers nothing.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, the ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
At the 29-yard line.
Here's Pollard. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
Here's Allen. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. So the shotgun snap to Allen. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
And incomplete.
Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal.
Of 31 yards now.
And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Charger drive about to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
First down, and they stick with it. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of the team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
At the 46-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, it's Eckler. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. They snap it to Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the 2nd.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2nd and 8 coming up.
56 to Mike. Alert! Check 56. You're not ready. You're not ready. Mike 56. Mike 56.
From the gun, Allen. Going deep for Diggs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
By the Chargers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Evan Ingram in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we're in halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. He finds an opening past the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 75 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take...
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, he tried to get rid of it. Pressure was coming right in his face, and it turned out to be a bad thing.
And it's so easy to be critical of him in that spot. But when you have all those people bearing down on you, probably his last thought was just get rid of the ball. Give them what they want. Unfortunately, he gave it to them too well. Picked it off, ran it back for a touchdown.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now 21-7. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Justin Houston drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On is the Chargers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Pollard. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
56 to Mike, 56. Check 56.
Allen now on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Eckler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield, because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way full steam, and he broke that one up.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert. He sets to fire deep. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Tyrell Williams, 58 yards. And the Bills have retaken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Chargers 21. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Herbert, he'll get this to Eckler. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This out quickly to Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Allen now looks to throw. And that will be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a 1st down past the 30. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Justin Houston able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Run for Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Play action. Now it's Allen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Their own 47-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
47-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Going on the ground with Eckler. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he He's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards, the final tally. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. He's back to throw. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw. And Ingram holds it in. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. From 4 yards out. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
And they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
And able to find Dorsett. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they had, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
Now Allen. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his
Let us
third
go
interception,
crazy.
and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll run here with Eckler. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. It's Eckler again, and he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down. Today's final score, Chargers.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.